Well, we knew this one was going to be a big one, and it delivered. I think it delivered.
Yeah, it definitely delivered. And by big one, I mean we turned away a lot of people. And it was not only was it our biggest event, but we turned away a lot of people just because it was going to be too big of an event. But
Yep.
even for all that amount of people, it was a great day with a lot of fun.
Yep. We were at registration, Nick, at the tent. We have that tent now, and we're getting the people checked in, and people were walking up to us, guys. Not even kidding, walking up to us and asking, "Hey, I just heard about this at Cars and Coffee at the Jaguars Stadium this morning. I'm out for work today, so I drove out here. You got any spaces?"
And not only that, people said, "Hey, we saw it on social media. We're just here to take pictures of cars."
Oh yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that in a second. But Speedway Boomerang 2, it's been a week and a half, right? Week and a half?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was awesome, guys. So I shit you not. Nick and I rewind the clocks 2 weeks out from Speedway Boomerang 2. We're learning of this tropical storm, right? that's fucking barreling at us. And every day, first thing in the morning and the last thing before we shut our eyes, Nick and I are texted, and I'm just, as if Nick is our chief meteorologist, I'm just like, is this thing gonna hit or what? I mean, what's going on here? What's the latest? Like as if Nick has the latest, right? Like he's the one flying the hurricane hunters into the eye.
Well, listen, I'm the graphic designer. I'm the CPA, chief meteorologist, website design. I get
it. But he kept telling me, John, we're not going to know until the week of. And then the week of, John, we're not going to know until Wednesday. And we're going Saturday. He's like, we're not going to know anything. Wednesday we'll know for sure. And we couldn't have asked for better weather.
Yeah, right? It actually turned out really good.
Because not only did this storm literally just vanish into nothing, into thin air, but then even once the storm was gone, all of a sudden the forecast is like 48% chance of rain in Daytona on Saturday. 42% chance of rain, 53% chance of rain. And we drove through one pocket of rain. And was it before or after the loop?
It was before the loop, and it was only about 8 seconds of not even heavy rain, just kind of some rain.
Yeah, it was like typical Florida sun shower. It's like we literally passed through a pocket on I-95. It was awesome. It was awesome. We couldn't have asked for better weather. We lucked out there. But we woke up and we pointed the car east and we went out to Ponte Vedra Beach and we got to Pussers and we set up the new tent and table and put some banners up and touched base with the Pusser staff and made sure that they were ready for you guys to get there. Started getting everybody checked in. And once again, in typical Genesis Rally fashion, we said get there at 10 a.m. And here you came at 9:10.
Yeah, I think you and I got there just before 9, and there actually was one or two people waiting for us when we got there. But then, we're still setting up the tent and stuff about an hour before we told people to get there, and here comes the cavalry just rumbling on into the parking lot.
Yep, right on time, hour and 15 early.
Which is good because we had 65 cars and over 100 people. So 66 cars and over 100 people. So we definitely used the extra time for check-in.
Yep. It was awesome, man. They just started showing up and pulling in, and Nick and I we're wrestling with this new tent we have, and I'll pull it this direction. All right, now lock it over here, and all of a sudden, as we're doing that, we just hear and all these cars start coming in, revving the engines. I just looked at Nick and I was like, we got to go quicker. But it was awesome. The cars started showing up, and a lot of Mopars, right? No way around it. Ton of Mopars. We had someone walk up and say, just to be clear, is this a Mopar only rally? No, everyone's welcome. You're good. However, pretty good diversity.
Yeah.
Really good diversity.
Yeah, we had some Corvettes. We had some Mustangs. We had a Camaro. We had, I know Viper's our Mopar, but we had some Vipers.
Viper's its own beast, though.
Yeah, we had.
It doesn't look like a Dodge. It doesn't drive like a Dodge.
Yeah.
It just has the Dodge brand on it.
We had a Maserati.
Yeah.
There were several different kinds of vehicles, which was nice.
Yep. We had you say Viper? Shit, 3.
Yeah, there were 3 Vipers. Yep.
There was
The
Ivan
99.
was able to make it. So Ivan was there with his black Viper. What is that? GTS?
Yeah, 99 GTS.
Yep. And then we had this new guy join us for his first ever event, John, out from Tallahassee, Silver Viper SRT 10, 2004. Double fisting nitrous tanks in the trunk.
2 teeny little tanks. Teeny tiny.
Yeah. Let's put it to you this way. He called me and said, "Hey, I'm just going to trailer it from Tallahassee out to Jacksonville." Why? Because these tires ain't easy to come by, and this thing was just it's not stock at all. So there was a black Viper GTS. There was a 2004 silver SRT 10 that we're talking about right now. And then we had the last model year that they made it, Plum Crazy, gorgeous. God, I couldn't stop looking at this thing. Plum Crazy purple with silver stripes, Viper ACR.
Yeah, I think it was beautiful.
Big ass wing on the back. The car was just unbelievable. That was there, and then Marty's Viper truck. So what? Four Vipers. But I don't know. It was awesome. So we had Demon, we had Viper, we had Mustangs. There was a Camaro. There was the Maserati. There was the Focus STI.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah. That was cool. So we had a BMW. I just think they keep coming to me as we're talking right now. But I mean, again, don't get me wrong, overwhelming turnout for Mopar as usual in Jacksonville, but just really good variety of cars there that day. Got everybody checked in. Everybody got their rally kits. We even had like a selfie wall that we put up, and the belt was there. Stacy brought the belt out for us, and some props. We had boomerangs and stuff, and everyone got out there. Again, freaking beautiful weather, and really split crowd. I mean, some were eating lunch outside on the water, and some were eating inside in the air conditioning.
Well, and here's the thing too. With Speedway Boomerang 1, when we went to Pussers, we just about filled the outside patio to capacity. There was a couple of open spots. For this one, there was no way we were fitting just outside.
No.
We took the whole outside. We took pretty much the whole inside in the main.
You son of a bitch!
Area.
You didn't even sit with me.
No.
And in that case, there was room.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to go inside. I wanted the air conditioning. So I went inside and mingled about and talked to some folks, and you were outside talking to some people. And the food once again was awesome. The service once again was great. We were out of there, 20, 30 minutes early, which is good.
That's a really good freaking point. We had a schedule, like a timeline we were going to stick to. And you and I were like, I mean, is that enough time? It's like a long time to be at Pussers, but for feeding 120 people, is that enough time? Nick, they said if we get there at this time and do this, they can feed them. And they damn did. And we got out of there 20, 30 minutes early.
Yeah, which actually turned out to be pretty good because it just gave us more time to take it easy the rest of the day, which was nice. So leaving Pussers, although here's one thing we didn't take into account, is how long it was going to take to actually get out of the parking lot with 66 cars. It took a long time. It took way longer than I thought it was going to take, but we had a lot of cars lined up, and just took a while.
So we're at Pussers, and if you guys were there, you still may not know this story. If you weren't there, you certainly don't know it. But this was pretty cool. We're walking around, everybody's walking around, we're running around like chickens with our heads cut off, and while everyone's eating, Nick and I are like breaking down the tent and packing the car and trying to get everything ready for the next step. And there was this kid hanging out, and I'm like, okay, you don't have a wristband on, you're not with us, but you're kind of in a way following me and kind of in the way, like, what's up? Hey, what's going on, man? Dude, we just saw this all over social media, and we came out here. And so this kid is in the parking lot, probably college, right?
Yeah.
college age and with 3 or 4 of his buddies, and they're just walking around like taking pictures of the cars with their cell phones, and they were so excited. They saw, again, Nick and I were posting all over, social media, Facebook, Instagram, but you guys were too. You guys were posting and using our hashtag and tagging us, and they saw it that way. They didn't know what Genesis Rally was or anything, but they saw what was going on and saw that it was in Ponte Vedra, and they right then and there came out and saw us, and they just wanted to see the cars. And are you guys going to leave soon? Like, we just want to hear the cars start up. We just want to hear you guys as you're pulling out. And they did. And so Nick went to the corner. You went to go get the shot, right? The shot of the cars leaving and hitting the road. And they just stood there right next to you. And I was not fortunate enough to hear the commentary.
Yeah. So the kids I say they're kids. They were saying vibe. They're like, oh, bro, this is vibe. And I thought I was hearing it wrong because I've never heard the term vibe. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I think you're totes jealous of their abbreves. I do.
Maybe that could be it, but it was totally vibe, as the kids were saying.
Totes vibe. So they were excited to see these cars and to see you guys, and so that made their day. We told them, hey, when you post it, tag us and we'll share it and blah 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 blah. And they said, yeah, we'll put it on our Snapchat. I looked at Nick. I said, what the fuck is Snapchat?
Yeah, Snapchat. I don't know. I don't know. I know what Snapchat is, but I don't understand the real point of it other than to send things you shouldn't send to other people because they'll just disappear. That's the only thing it's for.
like cars pulling out of a parking lot.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want that video to live anywhere. So you do it on Snapchat so it disappears.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So Pussers was awesome. We hit the road and we kind of altered the route a little bit, and now we're heading to Ormond Beach. We're going to go drive the scenic loop, and props to us. Speedway Boomerang 1, a few speeding tickets. Speedway Boomerang 2, 0 tickets. We did get somebody stopped, okay? So one of the cars got pulled over by Johnny Law out in St. Johns County, who sees 60 cars running down the highway and picked one out of the crowd, pulled him over, and said, you obviously have walkie-talkies on you. Let everybody know. Not in this county. So whatever it was, we did not do it in that county.
Right. And the thing was, I think it was actually one of the Mustangs that came from Georgia. We had a couple of Georgia car clubs get in on this
Stang
one.
Syndicate.
Yeah, so they hit our private Zello channel, and they just said, hey, we're the ones that got pulled over. We weren't speeding, and we didn't do anything wrong, and we didn't get a ticket. But the deputy said, not in my county. At least that's how I think he said it.
Hey. Burt Reynolds would have ripped a U-turn and a burnout right in front of him.
Yeah. So we've had that experience in St. Johns County a couple different times. You were doing the Jam Poker Run and had a similar experience.
That was Clay County.
Well, we had a
Clay County. Okay, well, hang on. No, you're right. Clay County, I got the ticket. 2 hours later, St. Johns County.
So stupid.
Charles got pulled over so that the cop could tell Charles, and I quote, tell your little buddy in the orange car I ran his plate too. So technically you're right.
Yeah. But. And then we were doing Sprint 3 and somebody did something stupid in front of a cop and he just said, roll your window down. He's like, y'all need to chill out. He's like, we know you're here. There's a bunch of cops out here. Chill out. So St. Johns County apparently does not want to play games. So.
And now a public service announcement. Which, by the way, we never tell y'all to speed, and it's not like we don't give you enough time from point A to point B. But okay, like when Charles got pulled over, I'm gonna give the example when we did the Jam Poker Run, and he said, "Tell your little buddy in the orange car." I'm his little buddy, I guess. Tell your little buddy in the orange car I ran his plate too. You don't even have to be speeding. When there's 66 sport and exotic cars running down the highway, it raises your eyebrow, and you kind of want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, in the case of Charles and I, believe it or not, smart asses listening to this right now, I wasn't speeding on A1A.
That's a
I
lie.
was in Clay County. I was in Clay County. I got nabbed, right? I took one for the team and got the ticket. The rest of the day, I was not speeding. However, the cars are loud, the cars are bright colored, and there's more than one driving in a row. It just looks a little suspicious.
Roxanne, if you're listening to this, he was speeding, driving with his knees, and texting all at the same time.
And I had it the whole time.
Right.
Had it the whole time. Anyways, back on subject. So we head down to Ormond Beach to go do the loop. We hit a gas station, let everybody top off. We met in a parking lot that was right behind the gas station, plenty of room for everybody. Let everybody stretch their legs real quick. That was the first leg of the rally. We hit that little pocket of rain, but beautiful weather again once we got there. And everyone's hanging out, taking pictures. Octane 392 on Instagram and YouTube and all that. He was doing a video blog while we were there, walking around, talking to people, looking at the cars. We had a quick driver's meeting, and we were back on the road. You, at that point, jumped in my wife's car, and you guys went and found a spot where you could post up with a camera and get pictures of everybody on the loop. But the loop, just we got really good feedback on that again. I mean, the loop, it's a beautiful drive every time, like, honestly.
Yeah. We lucked out with the weather again. It was nice. This time around, there was no running marathons going on that blocked half the road.
Facts.
It was really nice. It was a really nice day weather-wise. A little warm, but nice.
Yep. So that was awesome. Another thing, we have this on all of our rallies now, but Speedway Boomerang 1, we did not have Zello. This go around, we had Zello. So we had everyone able to communicate, shout out where they were at, what they were going through and experiencing and everything, tell stories, pick on each other. So that was good. We get to Daytona International Speedway, and we split up for whatever reason. Half the cars followed the route that we put together and went to the spot where we said to meet. Half the cars got bullied by a security guard to go to a different parking lot and go that way. So we got split up. But we're split up for a few minutes. Everyone met somewhere at Daytona International Speedway. Hunter arrived.
Yep.
We gave him a Speedway Boomerang 2 shirt. Kevin over at Jacksonville area Mopar, he actually got Hunter like a button-down, like, race style shirt, like a shop shirt kind of.
Yeah, it was really cool with our logo embroidered on it, the Jam logo embroidered on it. His name was Hunter on there too.
Bug,
yeah.
Yep, his nickname. So he got like the shop style shirt that was buttoned down. He got the rally shirt from you and I. He went to the bathroom real quick, put the shirt on, came back out. We got him loaded up in the car, and we hit the track. And man, he was talkative and just hanging out. He thought it was too cool. We went, listened to Fred and everything, get on the track, broke up into 2 groups on pit road. That was pretty cool. You know what you're gonna do, right? But to me, and like you and I have been there a few times now, it's like I can't describe the feeling. You go under a tunnel, right? You come out of the tunnel, and as your car kind of crests the exit of the tunnel, you just realize there's a track all around you, and that's like the first whoa moment. Then you're just driving through these like windy roads on the infield, getting to where you got to get. But when you turn left onto pit road from the infield, and there is a wall of stands in front of you, like, it kind of hits you.
Yeah. It's when you go in there and you see the magnitude of it, like a lot of us have been in the stands and you look down on the track and you're like, wow, that's really cool. But when you're on the inside looking back at it all, it's very impressive. And then, like, if you're in group 2, you were staying on pit road while group 1 went, and all you hear is the sound of engines bouncing off the empty stands coming back at you. So you don't know what's going on behind you. It's just the anticipation of it all. And just you're there on pit road at freaking Daytona.
Simply put, you're somewhere you shouldn't be.
Right. Race cars go where we were.
Right.
Like, that's it. It's as simple as that.
And you know what? Arguably, I mean, we got pictures of everybody's car coming over the bridge on the loop. We got pictures of everyone's car crossing the start-finish line. this is one of the things we always say. There's that one thing that happens that you're not really planning on, and it ends up being one of the highlights, and you never know what it's going to be, right? Arguably, the coolest photos came right there from pit road.
Yeah, for
Two
sure.
lanes of cars, 30 plus cars deep. And I mean, there's not a car that shows up that's not good looking, right? I mean, you guys have badass cars, and you've got these aggressive, cool cars one after another lined up. I mean, it's intimidating. It's exotic. It's badass.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing special about, like I'm saying here, it's so special because it's like you're not supposed to be there, but you parked your cars and waited your turn, right? I mean, that's not like a highlight of the day. That's not something we promoted or marketed. That's not something you were looking forward to. But the coolest freaking pictures. I mean, Charles, I I passed the start finish line at one point. I think Charles was standing up through his sunroof, right?
Probably.
But people were just kind of taking it all in. And in fact, the picture that I'm referring to right now, there's a lot of them, but the picture that I'm referring to is our cover photo on Facebook right now. Just really cool picture of where we were and who was there.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the best pictures we've gotten. But even like as cars were coming off of doing their laps, coming up pit road, I was taking pictures of a lot of them, and like just the setting of it all, like a row of cars parked next to them, a line of cars behind them. It's just pit road pictures were really, really freaking awesome.
Yep, I agree. So what we did, we split the cars up into two groups. That way we had two smaller controlled groups on the track at for everyone's experience. And group one went, got their 3 laps, had a good time. Group two, couple of people breaking rules, right? Rules is rules, and without rules, what is the saying? Without rules, what was it? Chaos or?
I don't know.
Anyways,
I don't know what
we
saying
have
you're saying.
rules. We have rules. The rules are for you guys. They're not for us. They're not a power trip. It's for you guys, and it's to protect the integrity of the event and to preserve your experience. If you're not new to the car scene, you know all it takes is one person to ruin it for everybody. Events get shut down all the time. And so we had a car or two breaking rules in group two. Daytona had to stop us briefly, get us grouped back together and stuff like that. But we completed the experience for group two as well. And it was awesome, man. I'm talking to people. Now, I was in the front car behind the pace car. I had Hunter with me. Hunter stayed on the track for all 6 laps. I was playing peekaboo in the rearview mirror of the pace car. But I'm talking to people, and people hit 120, 140, 100, 90, 80. And people, Nick, they hear when you get there, we have our track master that we listen to, and he gives us a debrief on how to act, how to behave, and what we're going to do that day because he's in control once we get there. And people are like, he's got to tell you, hey, we're gonna do this parade lap at 45 miles an hour, and at first people are like, 45 miles an hour, but he tells you straight up, hey, if we can stay together, if we can stay grouped up, like we're gonna push it a little more. And so your gut tells you, I got to lay back so that I can get on it. But if you stay and follow the rules he says, he kind of pushes it himself. He'll let you drive faster if he feels you're listening and can handle it, is kind of how it works. I know it sounds kind of backwards, but so we had a lot of people hit over 100 miles an hour, 120. It was really awesome, man. I think Hunter's favorite part, it's called the bus loop. So if you haven't been with us before, make sure you go next year. But when you come out of turn 1 and 2 and you're on the back stretch, you don't just go straight through the back stretch all the way to turn 3 and 4. When you get about 3/4 of the way through the back stretch, it's literally like a letter C. Like you go into the infield, make a right turn, make another right turn, and then make a left back onto the track. And it's called the bus loop. And man, we hit that thing going faster than Hunter probably wanted to hit it. And there's a clip, and he's kind of readjusting himself in his seat and grabbing onto the oh shit bar and everything. But the second we get back on the track, he looks at me and he just smiles. Like, that was cool. He just wasn't ready for it. But I think that was his favorite part.
Yeah, and to your point about, if everyone follows the rules, it's a much better experience. Daytona, really, they don't play games, right? I mean, they've got people up in the towers, they have spotters in the towers to A, make sure it doesn't start raining, and B, make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. They've got people all around the track in security trucks, making sure we go where we're supposed to go and not try to do anything silly. Um, so Daytona does not really mess around. They pay attention, and if you don't do what you're supposed to do, they'll shut it down. And they had to group us back up at one point, but for group two, but it was an awesome experience for everyone involved. Even people in group two came up afterwards, even after being grouped up again. They were just like, "Man, that was awesome! I can't believe how cool that was!" And this is a bucket list thing to drive my car on this racetrack and get pictures of it. And for those of you listening, if you didn't go, if you don't know by now, you can definitely go to our Facebook page, and we posted, I don't know, 600 pictures and a recap video from the event.
570, I think.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of pictures up there.
So we finished up our laps. Nick, you got the photos of everybody crossing the start finish line and posted all that stuff. And once we pulled out of the track, we gathered everybody up. One more quick drivers meeting, letting everyone know, hey, now we're gonna go to Aromas and eat and drink, give away some prizes and party. And we had a surprise then for Hunter. So for those of you that don't know, I mean, this really came together at the last second. And when I say the last second, I mean, we went into rally week not knowing what we were going to do, right?
Right.
And I would say Monday night, I think, you and I were actually with John and Jessica. We were working on the tent. And we had decided we're going to do this for Hunter. And I bet we can do it if we go about it this way. And so what we decided we wanted to do was Hunter was going to get to experience all of these cars, and he was going to get to experience Daytona International Speedway. And there's a video game called Forza, and it'll let you drive any car you want, and it'll let you drive on that track. And we thought, what if once we give him this experience, he gets to relive it at home and play this game? Well, he didn't have the Xbox, and it's only a game that's on the Xbox. And so we reached out to Kevin. That was the first and only phone call it took. Kevin, let's get Jam behind this. I know we can do this. And I said to him, hey, I'll get it started. Here's a donation. Let's see if we could raise some money. And we thought if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we tried. How long did it take, Nick? 20 minutes?
Pretty much.
About 20 minutes later, I get a phone call. And Kevin goes, hey, we got an Xbox. Oh, and we raised $300. I mean, it was that quick. So someone went out and bought it themselves, said, hey, I got your Xbox, but keep raising money and use it for accessories. Bottom line, we go from there to the Microsoft store at the St. John's Town Center. We get them involved. We go to GameStop. We get them involved. They pitched in. They gave us discounts so that the money would go as far as possible. They gave us free merchandise and swag. Hunter was gifted. We wanted to get him an Xbox in the game. He got the Xbox. He got the game. He got model toy cars, the car that's on the cover of the game. He got extra game controllers. He got a headset and microphone. He got wireless controller chargers. He got a $200 racing steering wheel and pedals so that he can simulate driving at home. And I mean, this thing's like the real deal. If you take a turn too sharp, it'll kind of fight you on the turns. He got all sorts of Xbox swag and merchandise, hats, blankets, sunglasses, shirts, a backpack. I mean, you name it, he got it. We tallied it up. It was like valued at just under $1,000, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he did okay. He cleaned up with this.
Yeah. So it was awesome. And thank you so much to everybody that was part of that. We stepped up. When I tell you at the last possible second in a big way, we really did. Everybody did. And we got this done for him. And if you were there, you got to see his face and his reaction. If you weren't, it's on the Facebook page. And Nick, is it the end of the recap video as well?
Yeah. It's the very end.
And you can watch Hunter's reaction, and you can tell he had no idea that was going to happen, and you can tell that it was big. It was big to him. So we're about 2 weeks after the fact, and he's been able to enjoy all that stuff and play with all that stuff. Aromas, food was good. cigars, they caught right on fire when I put the lighter up to it, and they were good. The drinks were good. The prizes were given out. It was just everyone enjoying each other's company and kind of winding down at that point. I thought it was awesome, man.
Yeah, it was a really good time. We just like we did at Pussers, we took over the inside on the to the right. They've got like an ice bar that they have, so we took over that and the patio on the outside, and frankly,
Yep.
their entire parking lot and some of their neighbors' parking lot as well.
Yep.
But overall, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's what we do, man. So that was badass. Speedway Boomerang 2, unbelievable. It was even better than year one. We didn't know how we were going to do it, but we knew we were going to do it somehow. It was weird. Thank you guys so much, for being part of it. And the feedback has been incredible. We sent out a survey to everybody, and it's so that we can get better. What did you like? What did you not like? What could be better? And we've gotten really positive feedback. We've gotten really positive reviews on Facebook since the event. People just really excited. 1 week after that, we had Kevin's car show for Jacksonville area Mopar, Pistons and Paws. We were part of that event. We gave away a slot to Rallyversary and hooked somebody up there, and raised $6,000 for K9 for Warriors.
Yeah, that's really awesome. It was a good car show. There were some cool cars that showed up. People were bringing their pets out and their kids, and there were some food trucks and stuff. But GM did an awesome job. There were a ton of raffle prizes. I think 40 or 50 prizes probably that were given away.
It was unreal.
Yeah, and to top
it was
all
like
off,
it was like Oprah.
Yeah, and to top it all, and Tommy with Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Arlington.
Yep.
They came out and on a whim, he's like, you know what I want to do? I want to give away a set of tires. We're giving away a set of tires. He gave away a set of tires. And, thanks to everyone that came out. I mean, and the sponsors, $6,000, man, that's awesome to raise in one day. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. As cool as that. If you timed it just right, Nick was standing under a tent eating chicken wings and sucking the juice off his fingers at one point. That was interesting to see.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was.
Right. Hey, I get it.
The Jam Car Show was awesome, and back-to-back weeks of doing good and giving back. It's really neat. So lots of cool stuff going on right now. I know we always say that, but like, goddamn it, it really is true. So today is the 16th. In 10 days, we're doing a trunk or treat with Tire Outlet at UNF. We've put the flyer out on our social media page, and we've invited people, and that has been shared a few times. And so we're hoping for a cool turnout there. Just decorate your cars, give it some sort of theme, and bring some candy, and let's make it special for some kids that want to see some cool cars. That'll be at UNF from noon to 3 with Tire Outlet and us. That's coming up. And then right on the freaking heels of that, man, Rallyversary.
Yeah, Rallyversary is going to be awesome. For those of you who did Road to the Dragon with us, you're familiar with some of the stuff we're going to be doing. We're not going to do the complete Road to the Dragon thing. But we had people that went on Road to the Dragon that have raced go-karts, raced cars, taken their car to drag strips, autocrossed it, literally done sanctioned races. And after they did Atlanta Motor Speedway with us for Road to the Dragon, they said, we could go home right now, and this would be the best thing we've ever done with our car. And we're going to go do that again. We're bringing 50 people, and thanks to Atlantic Coastal Detailing, the laps are going to be free. Harry at Atlantic Coastal stepped up and paid for everyone's laps for that day. So we are super excited to go back. We've got some other stuff planned, and some deals and stuff we're working on, and it's going to be a great weekend.
It's going to be awesome. So for those that are wondering, if you're going to Rallyversary, we are at capacity. It was never for sale. It was drawn completely at random. So if you're going, there's been some questions. I've been getting some messages. Just so you know, the plan is on Saturday, November 2nd, we're going to meet at Corner Bistro in Tapestry Park. We're going to check everybody in like we always do, and food will be available for purchase. It's going to be available because we're kind of leaving at lunchtime. And so if you don't eat, you risk falling behind in the rally. But what we're going to do is Scott's going to hook us up. There's going to be like sandwiches, fruit, chips, drinks, stuff like that. And if you don't want to eat it right then, it's a sandwich. Pack it up and bring it with you and eat it on the road. But we're going to have food available for purchase there through Corner Bistro. We'll have our drivers meeting. We're going to hit the road probably about noon. Nick, would you agree with that?
Yep.
We're going to go straight through to Atlanta. We're only going to stop for gas, and we'll stop when it makes sense for everybody. That's why you got to be on the walkie-talkie channel. So we'll go up to Atlanta. We're going to go a little north to Marietta to Andretti Indoor Karting and Games. There's a link on our website. It's having a couple issues right now. We are aware of it. Andretti has to fix it. It is not on our end. They're working on it right now. But that link gets you special pricing. And we have special pricing that's going to be our spot to hang out that night. They have food, they have alcohol, they have entertainment. Those are all the things we want. So they have special pricing. There's a link on our website on the Rallyversary page that you can buy a race and get unlimited gaming that night for a special price. You got to pay per person. If you want to do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. It all goes straight through Andretti. But that's where we're going to eat. That's where we're going to drink. That's where we're going to hang out that night. The hotel link is on the website. The next morning, we're going to have a driver's meeting at that hotel, have some coffee, breakfast, stuff like that. Then we're going to go to Caffeine and Octane. If you've been to Cars and Coffee, this is not the same.
No, this is definitely not the same. When we went to Caffeine and Octane once before, and what were there, 7,000 cars, something like that?
Yeah,
it was
easily.
It was enormous. And NBC Sports Network, so NBCSN, they have a TV show based around Caffeine and Octane. They were there shooting the day we went before. They probably shoot every time they have Caffeine and Octane, but there were, cars ranging from, just your everyday drivers all the way up to multi-million-dollar, exotics, to fully restored classics, to big ass military trucks that were showroom condition or museum quality. I mean,
that's the first time I saw the Jeep Gladiator. Now, That's not impressive now because it's been out for a few months. But when I saw this damn thing, it was May. And it was the first weekend in May.
Yeah, and they had like 10 of them. So you are going to see anything and everything that you can think of at Caffeine and Octane.
Yeah. It's just a really cool atmosphere and an awesome turnout. So we're going to go to Caffeine and Octane for a little bit. And then from there, we will head to Atlanta Motor Speedway and knock out some laps. We're going to get pictures of you crossing the start-finish line again. We're going to get pictures of you and your car in victory lane. And then the rally's over and everybody heads home.
Yep. And, we get to do these exclusive things with our cars, like drive them on Daytona National Speedway, drive it on Atlanta Motor Speedway. The only way you typically get a picture of a car in victory lane anywhere is to win a race. So the fact that you're going to get a picture of your car on Atlanta Motor Speedway crossing the start finish line and maybe on the banked turns, depending on how far apart the cars are, and if I can get pictures of all that, you're definitely going to get pictures of the start finish line. And your car is literally going to roll right into victory lane, the same place the NASCAR winners go, and the trucks winners go, and everybody. It's really freaking cool. It's a really awesome experience at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yep, completely agree. Maybe there we break into two groups too. I don't know. We'll figure all that out. Anyways, Atlanta Motor Speedway is something special. And we got into all this by telling you that there's some really cool stuff going on. So we just did Speedway Boomerang 2. We got in on the Pistons and Paws car show and raised $6,000 there. We have the Trunk or Treat coming up with Tire Outlet on Saturday the 26th at UNF. We have Rallyversary just a few days after that. And we have some really cool stuff we're going to be announcing in the days to come. We told you guys 2020 was going to be big, and we're working on some pretty big stuff right now.
Yeah. We gosh, I really want to say it, but we can't.
Well, don't. I tell you what. You know what? End the podcast.
No. I'm not doing that. Now I'm going to talk for a long time because I don't take orders from
Oh
anybody.
God.
Yeah. All right, everyone, sit down and get comfortable because this is going to be a long one. No, I want to say what we're doing, but we can't until we're ready to do it. So just
bring
stay
the music
tuned.
up.
Yeah.
Just bring the music up.
No. Music's fading down already.
Just bring the music up and the podcast.
No, I'm not doing it.